What is good, everybody? It's your boy Cam. This is the first time podcasting within a few weeks with nothing too much going on, but now there's about to be a lot going on this upcoming fall season as tomorrow the Mavericks start their first preseason game as they take on the Memphis Grizzlies. And I don't want to talk about this upcoming season and this preseason. So as of right now, the Mavericks started training camp, and then today was their opening practice at the American Airlines Center for fans to see. But there has been some issues lately with the Mavericks. So the bad news is that Dante Exum is had an injury, and now he maybe require surgery. And honestly, I see Dante Exum being traded as he hasn't been healthy a lot last year, and he's had injury issues in the past before too. And I want to talk about, and now another injury recently just happened is Luka. He hurt his calf at training camp, and then he's supposed to be out for about a week. But honestly, I wouldn't play Luka tomorrow just so he can rest for that first preseason game. Or honestly, I wouldn't play him for this first week. I would wait for the second week just so he can heal, because we're honestly gonna need him this season. I hope Luka's in shape this upcoming season, and just hopefully he'll get better with not pouting with the refs when he doesn't get his way in the foul call. And what I think about what I've heard about at training camp for the Mavericks is that Klay Thompson could lose the starting five lineup, and Najee Marshall may start over him. And Klay did admit Najee was scoring on him a few times at training camp. And what it is about Najee, what I love about him, he's one of the best perimeter defensive players in the league, and he can shoot, but he doesn't shoot like Klay does. My thing about Klay Thompson is, I think he can still shoot well, but my thing is he doesn't play defense like he used to after he had all those injuries, especially in the 2019 finals when they played Toronto. And honestly, I think we should start Klay just because we need another third leading scorer. But honestly, the rotations will be interesting. It depends on the matchup. There will be times Klay will start, or there will be times Najee Marshall will start, and I see it going back and forth. So it'll be interesting what Jason Kidd does. So anyway, and then next, after the Mavericks take on the Grizzlies for the first preseason game, they take on the Utah Jazz this upcoming Thursday. So see what happens, and what is basically is guys are trying to make the team. They're on a two-way contract, so we'll have to see who makes the team or who gets sent to the G League. So anyway, I'm honestly excited for this season. I believe it's going to be a good year, and I believe we have a chance to win a championship. And honestly, Luka needs that veteran guys around him who's been to the finals, who's been there. And Klay has 4 rings, and Kyrie has 1. And Klay Thompson is one of the best three-point shooters in the league. And I think it'll be good for us. And what I think is going to be harder now is it's going to be hard for other teams to double team Luka and Kyrie, because you think about who you leave open. You leave Klay open, and he's honestly going to knock more than 5 shots a game. So it would definitely be hard for other teams to double team us. It just will be. And I do want to talk about the trade that recently just happened 2 weeks ago with Karl Anthony Towns. And I was honestly shocked when I found out that Karl Anthony Towns is going to the New York Knicks. And I'm like, what the hell? What? He got traded to New York. And I found out they traded him for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. And that's going to be very, 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 very interesting how the Timberwolves do this season. But, I mean, they're definitely a playoff team for sure, but I don't know if it'll be as good as last year. But don't forget, Nas Reed did step up for the Timberwolves 2 seasons ago when Karl Anthony Towns was out. But the thing is, Nas Reed is too small for a big man. He's only 6'9", but he could definitely shoot from anywhere. And definitely, I think the Timberwolves will be fine, but I just don't see them passing like the second round or going to the conference finals or even the finals. I just don't see that happening. But and the other thing about was also the problem for the Timberwolves that Julius Randle he doesn't stay healthy half the time. But I think he will help pretty well with the Timberwolves with Anthony Edwards. But the problem is the Timberwolves are going to have no. They need another big now. Now that Karl Anthony Towns got traded to the Knicks, and my thing is about the Timberwolves, and I think they'll be like a maybe 5th place or 4th place now going into next season. But they'll definitely be a good team. But it just and the Timberwolves don't have a good marketing over there. And my thing about Minnesota also is that nobody stays there their whole career. And Anthony Edwards got wild till he leaves Minnesota. And if he doesn't get a ring with Minnesota, he's definitely leaving. Because you think about you had big names who came to the Minnesota Timberwolves: Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Garnett, and then you have Karl Anthony Towns, and all those guys that were really good for Timberwolves just left. And Anthony Edwards, I think, will be the next one. But it'll be a while till it happens, honestly. But the Timberwolves did have a chance to make it to the finals last year, but I think they were over cocky and playing on the Mavericks. But I knew for a fact it'll be a tough series, but I didn't expect the Mavericks to beat them in 5 games, which is really insane. But the reason why the Timberwolves beat the Mavericks 3 out of 4 games is because the Mavericks never had their whole team each time they played them. I remember the first time Kyrie was out, the first time they beat him, and I went to that game and that was a blowout. The second time they didn't have Luka, I don't think they had Luka and Kyrie, but they almost beat them. The third time they didn't have Derek Lively playing the Timberwolves and beat them, and they had no size that game, and still managed to beat the Timberwolves, which was really crazy. And when we played in the 4th time, I think Luka and Kyrie were out that game too, and the Timberwolves beat them. So fast forward going to playoffs, I knew for a fact it was going to be different when Minnesota played the Mavericks, and to beat them in 5 games, which was really crazy. And now, so when I think about the Timberwolves now is they're definitely gonna have a little bit of trouble rebounding now they don't have Karl Anthony Towns no more. And I think Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert played together well. They really did. Teams did have trouble getting rebounds against Minnesota just because you got 2 7-footers starting, which is really, I've never seen like 2 7-footers start in the league before. I don't remember seeing like 2 7-footers starting. And now I do want to talk about the standings prediction now. And now I think that's about to change a little bit. And now I seen, of course, they got the Thunder finishing 1st place, and then they got the Grizzlies finishing 2nd, and then the Mavericks finishing 3rd, which is I predicted. But now I think it's kind of iffy if we'll finish 2nd place now that the Timberwolves don't have Karl Anthony Towns anymore. I think we do have a good shot getting 2nd place, but I honestly disagree with the Grizzlies finishing 2nd place because 1, John Morant has been in some trouble lately, and 2, he was injured last year. He ended up missing the whole rest of the season after he just came back from his 25-game suspension. And then but the Grizzlies did get a good pick getting Zach Edey. That they definitely did get a good pick, but I think the Grizzlies will be better this year if they stay healthy. But I disagree with them getting 2nd place. I think it'll probably be the Nuggets. It's either going to be us or the Denver Nuggets will finish 2nd place in the Western Conference. I don't see the Grizzlies being like I mean, they could be top. I think they'll be fifth place or maybe sixth. Though there's no telling what's going to happen this upcoming season. Who's going to finish what like for top five? But I definitely see the Mavericks possibly finishing second. But I still think the Mavericks need to make one more trade for another good defender. And I honestly think we're going to have to trade Dante Exum because he hasn't been healthy lately. But he did step up a little bit this last season. He did pretty good, but he's one of our best defenders on for defense. I just think we're going to have to trade him, and I think we should trade Jaden Hardy too, because he's a good 3-point. He can shoot, but he just don't play no defense whatsoever. He's either we're going to trade Jaden Hardy, Maxi Kleber, or Dante Exum. One of those three is going to end up getting traded, possibly the second half of the season, and. Yeah, man, but I could definitely see Dallas possibly finishing second place this year. And once the playoffs get here, and I believe we'll be facing the Denver Nuggets, not Denver Nuggets, the Oklahoma City Thunder in the conference finals again, and they're gonna be very, very hungry. And that's the second youngest team in the league, and they finished first place last year. That's insane. That's what Oklahoma City Thunder will be a big problem for the West this year. And my thing is, can anybody beat the Boston Celtics in the East? Can anybody beat them? The only teams who I think can beat the Celtics in the East is the New York Knicks, Milwaukee Bucks, or the Philadelphia 76ers. But I think the team has the best chance to beat them is probably New York. I think they have the best chance of beating Boston, but I'm excited for tomorrow's first preseason game, and I'm very curious to see how Klay Thompson looks. First time playing in the Maverick uniform. It's going to be interesting tomorrow, like how he is as the starting lineup and how our defense is going to be with him out there. But we shall see. But and I will definitely be doing a after game feedback tomorrow about how the first preseason game went and see where everybody is for the this upcoming season. And all right, guys, so I'm about to wrap up my my video, and y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.